Good morning, second graders. It is time for math. So at the Bean House, we do a silly thing on Monday nights when it's trash night. We say, "What night is it?" And then Parker says, "Trash night." And so we're going to do the same thing with math today. It says, "What time is it?" And we're going to say, "Math time." Okay, ready? What time is it? Math time. Good job. Do it one more time. What time is it? Good work. All right. We are going to go through our review slide. We're going to talk about base 10 just a little bit more. This is going to be the last day that we're going to talk about it, and then we are going to switch gears next week. Some of you might be thinking, "Oh man, I really love base 10." And some of you might be thinking, "Thank goodness." So either way, if you love base 10, it will come back around. And if you are tired of it, it's your lucky day. All right. We will also do a Kahoot at the end. If you were in my class in kindergarten, you will probably remember, even if you don't remember right now. I'm hoping that it works. Normally, I play it in school, but it looked like there was an option for at-home learners. So I'm hoping that it's easy. You might want a grown-up with you to help you understand the question, but don't let them answer it for you. All right, so here we go. What time is it? Math time. All right, we're going to count. I'm going to count with you. I want to see your best dance moves. I'm in a small little room right now recording, so I might just go like this, but I want you to dance, and I want you to count by fives with me. Here we go.
Dance! Let's see those hands dance!
So we're doing it together.
Let's see those hands dance! Let's see those hands dance!
Get those wiggles out.
Side to side, dance!
I might stand up.
Raise your hand, way up high. Wave it in the air like you just don't mind. Now move your feet, side to side. Count to 100, we'll start with 5.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100.
Dance! Let's see those hands dance! Let's see those hands dance!
I hope you're dancing.
Hands dance!
Pretty boring just standing around.
Let's see those hands. Now raise your hand, way up high. Wave it in the air like you just don't mind. Now move your feet, side to side. Count to 100, we'll
Here we
start
go.
with 5.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100.
Dance! Let's see those hands dance! Let's see those hands dance!
Dance!
Those hands dance!
All right, it's gonna go fast.
Raise your hand, way up high. Wave it in the air like you just don't mind. Now move your feet, side to side. Count to 100, we'll start with 5.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95.
Now raise your hand, way up high.
One
Wave
more
it in the
time,
air
fast.
like you just don't mind. Now move your feet, side to side. Count to 100, we'll start with 5.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100.
Let's see those hands dance. Now move your feet, side to side, dance. Let's see those hands jump, 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 break down.
All right.
Now do your dance.
It's not quite over yet. Good job. I hope you were being silly like me. I'm out of breath. no fun to just sit and watch. I hope you weren't standing there. If you were just standing there going, you play it back and you dance your heart out. Here we go. All right. Yesterday and the day before, and really all this week, we have been talking about the addition strategy of base 10 blocks. And I told you yesterday that if you went to a house and you were going to build a house and you opened up your toolbox and all you had was a hammer, you wouldn't be able to build the house. So it's really important that in anything you do in life, you think about how you could solve something or solve a problem in different ways. So our one way that we talked about yesterday was using base 10 blocks as a strategy to solve addition problems. All right, so, I'm still out of breath. I need to work out more. Quarantine's got me panting. All right, these, I want you to think in your head, what did we say that these were called? And what is their value? So base 10 blocks, these are the smallest ones, and we call them cubes. And cubes are equal to 1 all the time. So on this page, I want you to take a minute, and I want you to count all the cubes that you see. Remember, they are equal to 1. So what is the value of this picture? Take a minute. Okay, I have it in my mouth. Do you have it in yours? On the count of 3, I want you to say what your answer was. 1, 2, 3. 13. I see that there are 13 cubes on this page. 1 cube is equal to 1. So 13 cubes equals 13. All right, moving on. Then a little bit bigger, we have our sticks. And sticks are equal to, can you see? 10 all the time. If I have 1 stick, it equals 10 all the time. Today and tomorrow and the next day, they will always equal 10. If I had 2 sticks, it would equal, or the value would be 20. 10, 20. All right. Then we have our flats. Our flats are when you stick 10 sticks together. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So if I put 10 sticks together, pretend like my fingers are sticks. If I put 10 sticks together, they equal 1 flat, or 100. 10 cubes equals 1 stick, and 10 sticks equals 1 flat. That's why it's called base 10, because anytime that you go up by 10, it creates something. 10 ones equal 1 stick. 10 sticks equals 1 flat. And then next, 10 flats equal this guy. This is our thousands block. And if you put 10 flats together, it equals 1,000. So our cubes equal the ones place. Our sticks equal the tens place. Our flats equal the hundreds place. And our block equals the thousands place. All right, so 1 block equals 1,000, or 10 hundreds. All right, so here's another way to look at it. Anytime you write a number, if you only have 1 number, then you only have something in the ones place. If you write 2 numbers, well, then it becomes the tens place and the ones place. So it went from 8 to 28. Now, if you add a 3rd number, well, then it becomes the hundreds place. So this would be 428. And then if you add another number, well, then it's the thousands place. And you read this number 1,428. You always read numbers left to right. Now, I want you to practice saying this number one time. Listen to me first. If I were to read this big number, it says 1,428. Now you try. Make sure that when you try, there are no ands in it. So when I say there are no ands in it, I mean you do not read this number 1,428. I hear and means that you have a decimal point, and we don't even talk about those. So when you say any number that we're going to talk about, never say and. Say 1,428. All right. Then I have all these things down here that say, what is the value? What is the value? What is the value? What is the value? If I have 1 in my thousands place, the value is 1,000, because this 1 shows me how many thousands I have. Now, if I move on to my hundreds place, I have a 4 in my hundreds place. So that tells me that the value of this 4 is 4 hundreds. All right. Now here we are with our 2. Our 2's in the tens place. So what is the value of this 2? 20. If I have 2 tens, 10, 20, then the value of this 2 is 20. And then last but not least, if we look at our ones place, I see the number 8. So the value of this number, or how much it's worth, is 8, or 8 cubes. Okay, so now we're going to practice using the same number and just go one at a time as to review. All right, so here's that same number, 1,428. I see that the 8 is underlined. So first let's think, what place is the 8 in? Is the 8 in the thousands, hundreds, 10, or ones place? What do you think? It's in the ones place. So now that we know that, what is the value of this 8? The value is 8 because it's in the ones place. All right, let's keep going. Now it says, what is the value? And I notice that the 2 is underlined now. So first we're going to think, what place is the 2's in? Is it in the thousands, hundreds, tens, or ones place? It is in the tens place. So what do you remember? If the number is in the tens place, what is the value of this 2? Or you could think, if I have 2 tens, what does that equal? It equals 20. All right, next one. What is the value? Same number, but each of these numbers, because they're in a different place value spot, their values are different. So I see the 4 is underlined. I want to think, is this in the thousands, hundreds, 10, or ones place? Well, I know that the first number is a 1, so then 10. It's in the hundreds place. So if I have 4 in the hundreds place, what is the value? 400. All right, and last one. All right, it says, what is the value? Now the 1 is underlined. And I know that the 1 is in the thousandth spot. So that means the value of the 1 is, are you ready to tell me? The value of the 1 is 1,000. All right. So here's just another fancy way to say it. We had the same number written on the other sides. And when you write a number like this, 1,428, that's called standard form. That just means the normal old way that you would see a number. Now, expanded form is when you take the value and you stretch it out or expand it. Like if I were to expand something, I would stretch it out or make it bigger. So same thing with numbers. I'm taking this in the standard form and I'm saying, okay, I have a 1 in the thousands place. So if I want to expand it, that means that I have 1,000 plus how many hundreds? 4. So that equals 400 plus how many tens do I have? I have 2. Well, the value of that is 20 plus the 8 ones that I have. So that's what expanded means. If I had the number 98, the expanded form of 98 would be 90 plus 8. That's something to for sure work on. because we will need to know how to write that in second grade. But I'm letting you know this because in your Kahoot, it's going to ask you some things about expanded form. So just tuck it away. Tuck it away in there. All right, so here's what you're going to do. I believe that you can, Mrs. Bean. So it says, let's review with Kahoot. You may need a grown-up to help with the questions, but don't let them answer the questions for you. What's the fun in that? So this picture is hyperlinked, and then this is the game pin that you'll need. So let's try it. I'm going to shoot off. It will bring you to this page, and it says join the game. So you're going to enter your name, whatever it is. So I'm going to write Mrs. Bean. Okay, go. All right, and then it will take you to this. Quiz, the expanded form. Remember, we just talked about that. 478 is. So then it gives you different options. So you're going to choose the correct one for what the expanded form is of 478. And then you will keep going. So here it is, 400 plus 70 plus 8. And then you go to next. I'm the only one playing, and you're going to be the only one playing. What is the standard form of the following number? So remember, that's the normal way. So you're going to look at the base 10. It looks like I have 2 flats, 3 sticks, and 6 cubes. So which one of these is the right answer? And there might be more than one right answer. But it's standard form. So remember, the normal way, not expanded, not word form, standard. All right, so that's what you will do. If it asks you for a game code, I'm going to close this right now. I'm going to leave this and go back to here. I'll give it a minute. If it asks you for a game pin, it didn't ask me when I just tried to log in. It's right here, 0516991. All right, I hope you have fun with that. It's one of my favorite ways to review. Let me know what you think. And then last but not least, if you have time, do extra math for the day. And then at some point, if you go over to the app portal, there's this little guy, a moose holding an apple with a duck on his head, and that's called Moose Math. And you are welcome to download that, and that can be a math choice for you to practice on sometimes. It's a fun game to practice math. So I hope you have an excellent day. I hope you have a good weekend. I hope Kahoot and everything works for you. Let me know what you think. Feedback is so important. And I will see you on Monday. Bye.